Good morning from the potting bench. This morning we're going to be doing a few tasks mostly related to geraniums because quite honestly they're one of my favorites, especially this time of year. And if I can get them going really strong, they'll carry me in for the next few months. So I have a couple things I'm going to accomplish today. We have some seedlings that are ready to graduate up to the next pot. And then I have these cuttings I took about a month ago, a little longer. And as you can see from those beautiful, fabulous roots, they are ready to move on. And I cannot believe it, but if you look super close, you can see they actually already started getting flowers. So definitely need to get them into some soil. Unfortunately, they're starting to yellow a little bit on me. Hopefully I haven't waited too long, but we'll try it out. So with that being said, let's get ahead and get going. I have already taken a pot that I've soaked in water a little bit so that we can have some nice moist soil. I rather do it before than after. And this is such a simple job. All I'm gonna do, if you can see there, I've got a nice pot. This is just a white terracotta pot. They're cheap, my favorite kind of thing. And I have two separate cuttings. Now this one's a lot deeper than this one, so I'm gonna pot this one up first, but this is the one with the flowers on it already. I'm not sure if this one's gonna make it or not. It has a lot less roots, it's a lot smaller, and it's already got flowers. So I'm not sure if there's enough nutrients in this to keep it going. We'll give it a shot. All right, so I have my dabber. I've just pulled this out, just like that. I'm gonna pop it in there and then pack it in fairly tightly. I am gonna put both of these into the same pot. I think that'll help fill it in a little bit better. Worst case scenario, I have the mother plant, so I'm not out anything. Well, this one you can see I'm going to need to go a lot deeper on the dauber. And all I've done is just dig a deep hole here. There we go. I've got my pot, or my plant, rather. I don't know if you can see that. Unfortunately, I'm just a smidge tall for my screen here. There we go. We'll get better at this the more we practice, all right? The more we get together. All right, I've just popped that in. Looks pretty good. Now for right now, it's supposed to be getting into the 30s at night, so I'm gonna keep this in a sunny window, probably the garage garden or garage greenhouse, just to, okay, we've got one other geranium job planned for the weekend, for this morning. I have these apple blossom geraniums. I planted these on 211. Little trick, I always put the date that I sowed the seeds on the back, just so I can keep track. I do journal all of my seed planting, so at least I have an idea, but this is a good way to go. So I've got these plants. They are getting pretty large, and I'm afraid the roots are gonna start to get root bound if I don't get them into a larger pot. So I'm gonna put them in just these old pots that I've taken from the nursery. And all I'm gonna do is pot 2 into each of these larger square pots. I have 7 to pot out. I've got 3 of the larger pots, and I've got 1 for the one that's left over. I'm okay if 2 of them grow together because I actually don't have that much room in the garden for all the geraniums that I've planted. Like a lot of us, I went too far too fast, but that's okay, lessons learned. So one of my favorite tools, and I got this from my seed starting kit that I got from Amazon, I've got the dauber, and I've got this tool right here, which is great for digging out the pots, or the plants rather, the little seedlings, without having to damage the roots. So first things first, I am going to use my dauber and just kind of dig out the corners. So I don't want the plants to get too close together right out of the gate. I'm okay if they grow together and fill in this pot, but I do want to give them enough room that they don't kill each other off. So with that in mind, I do have a hole here and a hole here. And then I'm just going to take my geranium seedlings and dig them out very carefully. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. With a little harder to do one-handed. Okay. I got her up. There we go. You can see that's got a pretty healthy root on it. So I'm just going to pop it in like so. You could wear gloves while you're doing this, but I like the feel of the soil. And I like it to pop above, so I'm sure that it's getting light no matter where in the greenhouse it is. I'll do the same thing one more time. Oh, this one came out much better. Look at the size of the root on that. Can you see that? That one's going to do very, very well, but it definitely shows that it was time to get it potted out. Great. All right, now I'm just going to repeat that process over. So now I've got 4 little pots, all started of the geraniums. Last but not least, I do want to keep my labels so I remember what kind of geraniums I have. Again, these were the apple blossom. Worst case scenario, I do journal what I put in every week, so I will have that, and I have the seed packet that they came in. So I will put that in with my geraniums, and then when I pop those in the ground in a few weeks, I'll know exactly what they are. So I think that'll do it for today.